Hello,
everyone!
Welcome everyone, so glad you're here. Welcome everyone, so glad you're here. Welcome everyone, so glad you're here. Now it's time to start our music. It's time to start our music.
Let's go. Your imagination is a great thing, and you're gonna have to use it for this next fun musical game I have for you. I have my xylophone, and it has so many great colors. And each color has a sound. At the end, that didn't sound like I thought it was going to sound. And it's because I had these two put in backwards. That's what I thought it would sound like. Now, you may have seen me do an ear training video before, and that's what we're going to do again today. It's something that is good to practice over and over again. That way these ears get trained nice and good. Now, the three notes that we're going to learn is this red one, which is a C. This yellow one, which is an E. And this light blue one, which is a G. But all we need to remember is red, yellow, and blue. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make it super easy by taking out all the other colors, so I only have those three. There you go. Now, I have with me another xylophone. And with this other xylophone, I've got the same three colors: red, yellow, and blue. So if I play the red on this one, it sounds the same as the red on this one. And the same thing for the yellows, and the same thing for the blues. But if I were to play the red on this one and the blue on this one, they sound different. All right? And if I were to play the yellow on this one and the red on this one, they sound different. So the different colors sound different. That makes sense, right? But if it's the same color, they sound the same. Okay? So we're going to play this ear training game. If you think that I'm playing the same notes, you point up. Right? So what happens is I have a sneaky xylophone that you can't see, and I'm going to hit a note on it, and then I'm going to hit a note on this one that you can see. And if you think those notes sound the same, you point up to the sky. And they were the same. I was playing red on my sneaky one. Now, for instance, if I were to play this, if you think those notes sounded different, you could point down to the ground. And I was playing two notes. I played a yellow on my sneaky one, and you saw I played a blue one up here. So the same as up in the sky. Those sound the same. And different, we point down to the ground. Now you can close your eyes and just let your imagination run with this, because all you need is your ears. All right, here we go. First one. Those sounded the same to me. Let's try another one. Those sounded the same to me as well. Let's try another one. They sounded different, didn't they? They did sound different. Let's try another one. Those sounded different too. Yeah. Let's try again. Did you hear that? They sounded the same. They were both blue. Let's try another one. They sounded different to me. Let's try one more. They sounded the same to me. Now, if you didn't get all of them right, you can rewind this and watch it again. And you can keep practicing until you get everyone right. Ear training is so great. It helps train our ears to hear all the notes. Wow.
Well, everyone, why don't we use our imagination and take ourselves to a land called Honolulu, where our friend Puff lives. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Little Jackie Paper loved that rascal Puff and brought him strings and sealing wax and other fancy stuff. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Together they would travel on a boat with billowed sail. Jackie kept a lookout perched on Puff's gigantic tail. Noble kings and princes would bow when there they came. Pirate ships would lower their flag when Puff roared out his name. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. A dragon lives forever, but not so little girls and boys. Painted wings and giant's rings make way for other toys. One great night it happened, Jackie Paper came no more, and Puff that mighty dragon, he ceased his fearless roar. His head was bent in sorrow, green scales fell like rain. Puff no longer went to play along the cherry lane. Without his lifelong friend, Puff could not be brave. So Puff, that mighty dragon, sadly slipped into his cave. Puff, the magic dragon, lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Puff, the magic dragon, lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu.